Namaste everybody, good morning. Welcome to our morning meditation. Nice to have you along. Hope everything's going well for you. Enjoying the change of seasons. A little bit warmer now, the weather, so the mornings are not so cold, thankfully. So we're going to begin our morning meditation practice with japa meditation. As you probably know, I'm quite a fan of japa meditation. It's a really important practice for us people who are trying to make some spiritual advancement and also to cultivate a happier and healthier mind, which is very important. So we'll be using the mantra here, Haribol, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribol. So the importance of this practice is it helps us to regulate our day. If we're going to be, as I mentioned, having a happy mind and a peaceful mind, we need to actually apply this practice regularly. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but it's important that we try and do a little bit each day, and then we can just build on that gradually to have a nice steady practice. Okay, so we'll begin on the first bead. Let's start together, keeping our mind focused. Haribol, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribol. 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 Haribol, Nitsaigo, Nitsaigo, 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 Haribol. Last beat. Haribol, Nitsaigo, Nitsaigo, Haribol. So if you're not already aware of the meaning of these mantras, Haribol, Nitsaigo, Nitsaigo, Haribol. Haribol, it means to sing or to repeat the holy names of the Supreme. The Nitai is short for Nityananda, which means eternally happy or eternally blissful. And Gauranga is a name for Chaitanya, the father of this movement of hearing and chanting these holy names. So Gaur means golden and Anga means limbs. So I'd just like to read a little bit for you in regards to the mind and the power of the mind. And also this relates to the practice of meditation. So as we know, the practice of meditation is about purifying our mind and our consciousness. So most of us begin our meditation journey with the hope of living a more peaceful, less stressful life. And that's absolutely what meditation can provide you. But there's also some more deeper benefits from meditation. So this is from the ancient yoga text, the Vedas. It states, our mind is molded by our attitudes, by the activities we engage in, and the environment we are in. And this determines our state of consciousness. As a spider's web and a silkworm's cocoons are both environments for living beings, one is to protect, the other is to entrap. Similarly, the spirit soul is enveloped or cocooned by the mind. The nature of the mind determines whether we are protected or entrapped by our mind and the inner world that we create. And this is followed up by these two really beautiful texts from the Bhagavad Gita. It states, a man must elevate himself by his own mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will be the greatest enemy. So these beautiful passages refer to the goal of the yoga system. It's about to change our consciousness. So that means to take our consciousness from being based on material things and a material foundation, in which we identify ourselves as being the body and the mind, and then understanding actually and shifting our consciousness to one of a spiritual nature, where we understand that the body and the mind are actually just possessions. They're just tools or possessions that we own that are used for a higher purpose. So by this practice of meditation, our consciousness can transform. And as it states in these particular texts, our consciousness becomes more elevated. And that's what the goal of meditation is about, to elevate our consciousness. And the important part of, or the practical part of that, is this movement or this practice of actually focusing and hearing and repeating these holy names, these sacred mantras. So a mantra is a transcendental sound vibration that purifies our heart and mind. It helps us, our consciousness, to shift and become more elevated. So we're going to be chanting the mantra now. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. And we'll also be adding the mantras Gauranga, Nityananda and Chaitanya. Okay, so it'd be nice if you can join in. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Your turn now. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Hari Bol, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Hari Bol, Chaitanya Nityananda Chaitanya Haribol. Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo Haribo Nitsaigo Nitsaigo Haribo. Chaitanya Nityananda Chaitanya Haribol. Chaitanya Nityananda Chaitanya Haribol. Chaitanya Nityananda Chaitanya Haribol. Just keeping our eyes closed for a moment here as we allow those transcendental sounds just to wash over our consciousness. So during the day, if you're ever feeling a little bit stressed or got some worries or anxiety, rather than meditating upon them and focusing on them too much, grab your japa beads, chant these mantras or sing these mantras, and you'll find that you'll always have some relief from these persistent things that disturb us in life. So I'd like to thank you very much. Namaste for joining me this morning. Haribol.